podcast, my last one for a couple of days. This is a 80s film starring the Cage Man himself. A dark comedy, kind of horror film. Vampire's Kiss, yeah. An hour and 43 minutes. This is pretty short for something that Cage has done, so let's get started. I'm doing it early because I got to do other things later. So. And tomorrow I'm preparing for Comic Con, so. I haven't seen this movie in years. I saw it during the pandemic. Perfect time if you ask me. New York City in the 80s, because the Twin Towers are there. And this is one of the Cage Man's freak out performances before, it became a meme. Maria Conchita Alonso, not a fan of this actress. I never liked her in anything, even in The Running Man, the original. Jennifer Beals, she's a hot woman. Flashdance. Cassie Lemons, Bob Luhan, and Elizabeth Ashley. It's a small cast. It's not a major cast because this is under 2 hours. I just don't like the ending. I think the ending is downbeat for no reason. It's so good to do these podcasts and not have to worry about trolls anymore, because I got rid of them. Mostly. There's the Empire State Building. I'll be seeing that on Friday, among other things. The Chrysler Building. Where's my water? Oh, it's over there. I'm gonna need this. Robert Bierman, or Behrman, he directed the film. This has become a cult film. There's Cage himself. This is like Once Bitten, except it's less, goofy. It's more, darker than that. Who wouldn't? Yep, a room for the black people. Mm-hmm. Girl with curly hair. I was 3 when this movie came out in the theaters. I was too young to see it. I thought that was Stevie Wonder. He's got the glasses. Yeah, now we got Ubers and Lyfts. You don't use taxi cabs anymore as much as we used to. There's Hammered. So the little kid is seeing. That's my fantasy. Me and a black girl, yeah. It's my preference, not something I need to explain. Damn. This wouldn't be a problem today in 2025 or upcoming 2026. I know what I like. She just has to be mentally competent. She can't be off a rocker or be bipolar or any of that. I don't want it. I want someone who's just as capable as me. There's ticks, and then there's people that are out of their minds, if you know what I mean. A bat, yeah. The practical effect, yeah. There was no CGI in '88, so. Bats are not supposed to be in New York City. And Batman was a year after this movie, so. That bat almost got him. This was after The Running Man. I think The Running Man was like a year before this. Has no socks on. He's looking out the window. Yeah, there's a lot of people in New York, so many. I'm going to see a bunch of them in 2 days. And the movie doesn't get crazy until the second half. It's once he meets Jennifer Beals that everything goes haywire. A sock. Hmm. 4 o'clock. He's talking to a therapist. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Bats are nocturnal. They come out at night. They sleep during the day. Mortal Kombat didn't exist yet. Yeah, that bat is a part of the plot. Yeah, what happens to Cage at the end just feels like really forced. Hmm. That life keeps on going. It doesn't have a pause button. Twin Towers. There she is, the beautiful Jennifer Beals. She has those large, friendly eyes, and she's black. Yeah, people didn't know that, but she's still a beautiful woman, even when she was in Star Wars years after this. Mm. She has a smile that could make you light up like a candle. Yeah, he likes black girls like me, so I'm into them. Yep, she bit him. 17 minutes in. What did you expect? I'm not gonna let a woman bite me anywhere because it hurts. My dog already bit me many times on my hand, so there's the gore, yeah. Yeah, the vampires were big in the 80s. You had this, you had the Lost Boys, you had American Werewolf and oh no, that was a wolf. You also had what else? Monster Squad that had a vampire in it. Yeah, Once Bitten that had vampires. Mm-hmm. Who was he talking to? There's nobody there. An art museum. Hmm. Hmm. The new Museum of Contemporary Art. I don't know if that still exists. It's been decades. Mm-hmm. I hear that. There's a lot of scenes with the therapist. That's the padding in the movie, mostly. Yeah. Who isn't? Yes, you said that. POV shot. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't treat your employees like that. Mm-hmm. He does a lot of freakouts in this movie. Pull that out. I don't want to get another cold sore. It's raining. The Munson Diner on the West Side Highway. I know where that is. Yeah, he's a d bag to a lot of people. Jim Carrey was more likable than Once Bitten. Mm. He's impatient. It's a good shot. I would never dump a black girl like that. I'm like, no. I would shoot that bat and then just get right there. Cage hardly ever has scenes with black women. He mostly does scenes with white women or Hispanic women. Hmm. Because even in the National Treasure movies, he's mostly with white people in that. And The Wicker Man, Ghost Rider. I said, well, Ghost Rider 2, she's an Italian chick. The first one had you know Eva Mendes. Ugh. Ugh. Mhm. There was an actor in Power Rangers that looks just like Nicolas Cage. I think Friday, so I don't get something stuck in my teeth. I'm gonna have to eat something softer, like a yogurt, because I can't eat an apple. It'll get stuck in my teeth. Yeah, unless I eat it later. Oh, yeah. Mm, just freaking out. Is this movie scary? No. Cage's actions are weird, but you shouldn't smoke. It's bad for you. there's Jennifer Beals again. It's Jennifer Beals. I don't blame him for being attracted to her. The same scene again. Beautiful body. Hold on, there's no one in the chat. Older than Cage. Yep, here comes the freak out. 33 minutes in, he acts like a cartoon character. She's just Venezuelan, just like the woman in Mindhunters. Except this movie is shorter, yeah. Again, there were no non-binary bathrooms back in 1988. She's older. She's actually like 10 years older than Cage. I thought she was younger than him. It's weird, right? I don't want to touch you. Cage is just out of his mind in this movie. That's why he's going to a therapist. Even before he got bit. Yeah, people that go to therapists usually... Well, I went to a therapist twice. When I was a kid and when I was in high school. Again, I went through 9/11. Of course, I had to go see a therapist. That shattered my reality for a while. So I went through worse than some people here on YouTube. I'm okay now. I recovered. I mean, it's been over 24 years, so I'm not living in the past. Cage is a cartoon here. Because this is young Cage when he wasn't squandering his money on stupid things. That was after the 90s. I wouldn't do that. If I made millions of dollars, I wouldn't invest it in stupid things like a dinosaur bone or an island or a castle or whatever. I'm not gonna do that. No. At Comic-Con, I gotta, use my money in moderation. Yeah. The 6 Train. I've seen the 6 Train. Yep, it's like Tommy Wiseau in The Room. Cage is a cartoon, man. I don't know how he does all these freakouts and keeps his career. He's like Jim Carrey. Him and if Cage was the Mask in the '90s, that would have been interesting and really weird. Kylo Ren. This is the before Kylo Ren did this. I don't know, Cage. You got to lay off the crack, man. this is why. This is why I don't use drugs. People like to beg, but when I go to Comic Con, I'm not getting in. I'm not gonna deal with beggars. The Empire State Building. A little upset, you threw a tantrum. I don't throw things like that. No woman or man is gonna make me do that. I just move on with my life. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, this is the freak out. What's the order? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. He's a meme in his own self. Anything, not once, not one time. He overacts like a cartoon character, man. And he was big before Jim Carrey became big in the '90s. I'm shocked that Cage doesn't do this performance in Spider-Verse. Because the film noir Spider-Man's not cartoony. Mm-hmm. I'll say. Make her freak out some more. Lois. Look at those crazy eyes. Look at those crazy eyes. His eyes like an owl. Yep, look up in the sky. Trust me, that makes me faint too. Insignias, I don't like seeing them. Good morning, John. Since that's vampire film, I finally say that they'll take this all any day over Vampire Canada. Oh, this is definitely better than that. That tried to be funny and it wasn't funny. I was just like confused, and poor Zoe Dush was trying her best, but she couldn't save that material. She was really young at the time and was inexperienced, so she couldn't carry a movie at that time. Now she can. She's desirable. He's cross-eyed. Hey, if I was with Jennifer Beals, I'd be cross-eyed too. I'd be like, Nosferatu, the original. Has curly hair. More scenes of Nosferatu. Again, who is he talking to? There's nobody there. Oh, this is disgusting. I don't want to see this. Those things are disgusting. They're monsters. Ugh. I'm glad that yes, Cage really did that, and I would never recommend eating one of those things. They're monsters. Mm-hmm. It's a good shot. This movie is well shot. The Brooklyn Bridge. He found her address. He's stalking her. Mm-hmm. She wears the same thing every day. You so. The Cage Man commits. As crazy as this performance is, he commits. Romero's Auto and Trucks repairs. Also, Emilio doesn't come into the movie until almost an hour, and he's the one that ends Cage at the end. Spoiler. Right, there goes my puppy barking again. You know she's barking at because there's no sun. Yeah, don't use guns, kids. It will haunt you forever. Brooklyn Bridge. Driving through the Brooklyn Bridge. Mm-hmm. We're at almost an hour in. Yeah, we're an hour in now. So we got like 40 minutes left, I think. 30 or 40 minutes. This is when people had to file things by hand. Now we have machines to do everything. again, who was he talking to? I don't get it. He's a cartoon character. He's chasing a woman again, something that would not fly today. So this movie won't ever be remade because it's going to be too creepy for some people. And they can run fast. Again, this is a movie that will never be remade. Again, have I mentioned that this movie won't ever be remade? Because it won't. If you wanted the Spanish girl, you should have just asked. You know? That's not me, because, you know, I already gave up on ever dating a Spanish girl of any kind. So if you do see this movie, know what you're getting into before you watch it. Don't blame me. Oh, how dare you give me? I recommend a Cage movie that he does that. Again, he's not a nice person in this movie. He's the villain, basically. He's a villain before he even meets Jennifer Beals. No, nothing. No. Bullets don't work on vampires. That's werewolves, silverboards. It's blanks. They can't kill them anyway. This is a weird movie, man. Cage just goes off his rocker from the moment, from minute one until the end of the movie. That, woohoo! Whatever he did, I don't know. I don't know what that is. I can't explain it. No, you're not. Yeah. Again, yes, all of New York. Yes, those extras are like, what the hell is he talking about? All of New York knows you're a vampire. You don't have to announce it. I saw Morbius, okay? That was way more painful than this, though. Because Morbius, you know, Jared Leto does method acting like this, but he takes it way too far. He doesn't have a coffin, so he used the couch to sleep on. almost done. We're in the third act of the movie already. Plot coming. Eggs. I thought this was Sue Garcia, but it's not him. From Nightmare on Elm Street, because this was 4 years later. That traumatized her. Yeah, he's the one that has to end Cage at the end because of what he tried to do. It's just a contract, dude. Just let her find it on her own time. Don't bully people. I don't do that. I guess those. Yeah. $20 for a vampire teeth. He barely has any money because he hasn't been working. Because Alva lost that contract and he lost his mind. It looks ridiculous. Oh yeah, there was also not from Dusk Till Dawn. That was the '90s. Fright Night, the original Fright Night was in the '80s as well, but that wasn't played for laughs. Like Chris Sarandon is not a cartoon character in that movie. Like Cage is just office rocker in this. He's either got bipolar disorder or multiple personality disorder or something because he's talking to himself a lot in this movie. He commits. Don't worry, no animals are harmed in this movie. Well, except for that bug, but you know, the other animals are not. Don't don't worry. He didn't hurt this pigeon because this director would have gotten jail time if he harmed any animals, birds or cats or anything, or even that bat that was flying earlier. That was a practical effect, though. It was still. They didn't show it, see, because they can't. No animals were harmed. Those are just props. Ta-da. 23rd Street. Shot in Manhattan. I'll be there in 2 days. I see a lot of buses there. Statue of Liberty. Cage did play a vampire in Renfield a few years ago. That didn't do well either, but with that he does the accent and everything. It looks like a Dracula compared to this. Yep, bosoms. This director likes women. Mostly. Dun, 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 dun. You shouldn't do drugs. It'll mess up your mind. You'll act like Cage all the time. Irrational. It's one of the reasons I don't do drugs of any kind. Yeah. And nobody saw this. This is disturbing behavior, especially nowadays. You just killed somebody. And nobody saw that. Her dress is sexy, red. And this is the most well-lit club I've ever seen. In John Wick, it looks way darker. John Wick and Ballerina. Mm-hmm. He has blood all over him and nobody's questioning it. Yeah. Yeah, don't touch a woman's face like that, guys. There's a lot of things in this movie you cannot do today because people are so overly sensitive. Yes, Cage, we can hear you. It's a great performance by Cage, and he's nothing like this. Yes, he's weird. He does these antics, but he's not like, the sun. Yes, that's not what kills him. Oh, it's not. No, the sun doesn't kill him. Because in Twilight, they just sparkle in the sun for some reason. I don't know why they do that. She's traumatized. West 19th Street. Yeah, found the address. This is how people have to find addresses. They have to look in the phone book or the yellow pages. Now we just use the internet or social media. Even though I'm like, yeah, never put your address on your social media or number because people can contact you. People can like find who you are. This is as downbeat as the ending of the Fly remake, but in that one it's more she has to kill him so he doesn't hurt anybody else. But here is like Cage is off his rocker from the beginning. At least Jeff Goldblum was not off his rocker. It's a bell. I don't think vampires are weak to bells. They're not. It's just sound. They're weak against garlic, silver, holy water, uh, and crucifixes, and also was it a stake to the heart? This movie's weird, man. But it was perfect for October. It's been a weird year. I think he's mentally ill in this movie, definitely. There's no doubt about that. Nobody acts like this. Ah! Disco death. Girl victim of a bizarre murder. Bizarre. Nobody was there with her. She was doing drugs. Cage jumped her and bit her on the neck and killed her. Because reasons. Yes, yes. That's a nice view of the city. Yeah, now she's laughing. He broke her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does a lot of talking to himself in this movie. No. If only this woman showed up an hour into the movie, like way before, an hour or sooner. Yeah, you can't confess that. This is like Joker. This is all in his head. Yeah, you tell them they'll call the cops. You can't tell the therapist, oh yeah, by the way, I violated somebody. Yeah, they'll call the cops. That's not something you can keep a secret. Mm-hmm. He's committing to crimes. Trust me, I know. But I'm not going to be a statistic. I'm going to survive when I go to Comic Con in 2 days. And to hell with what anybody else thinks, especially people that are off their rocker. don't know what life is. They have to run away from their problems instead of facing it like a man. You know what I mean? See, who is he talking to? This movie's about a man's insanity. I know how to deal with the insanity of Comic Con. Trust me. I fit right with the crowd when I could wear that costume on Friday morning. Yeah. This is when he meets his end. Again, who is he talking to? This isn't like Deadpool breaking the fourth wall and looking at the camera. No, this is a man literally talking to himself with a piece of wood. Yep, this is when Cage meets his end, which I don't think he needed to be killed, but he could have been at least arrested. But no, this director or writers wanted it to be have a dark ending. Joseph Minion, yeah, Minion. It's too bad this movie doesn't have any special features. But he puts an end to him. I was like, yeah, that's kind of mean, kind of a downbeat ending for him. That would have been like if Stanley Ipkiss died at the end of The Mask. It would be downbeat like the comics, and I would be like, no, that's not a good ending. People would have hated the movie if you had this fun with this character and then he just dies. No, that would have been just a Rogue One ending. Time to pay the piper, Cage. We all have to face the music when we commit crimes. I don't. I've never committed a crime in my life. Ever. I got fines, but those were a long time ago, and it wasn't a crime. Spitting is not a crime, guys. I have phlegm. He has to talk to himself a lot in this movie. This performance is too much. Yeah, he does a lot of weird noises and cartoon sound effects. This could give Jim Carrey a run for his money in any weird performance. Yep. Yep. That's what he does. He makes sure he ends him. Yep. He really does kill him, yeah. It's a downbeat ending. Cage, you wanted it, he gave it to you. A worker at a gas station killed Cage out of nowhere, who's barely a character in the movie. Just seems like a downbeat ending for no reason. Well, you asked for it. Like I said, you asked for it, you get it. Yeah, Jennifer Beals just disappears in the film after that club scene. So that was Vampire's Kiss. Yeah, guys, it's heavy. It's definitely heavy. Cage's performance is fun to watch, but man, that downbeat ending just kind of, it depletes the enjoyment a little bit. But thanks for watching, Superman Fanboy, and hopefully my next podcast in a couple of days will bring more better results. And there's a shot of the city, and then the movie's over. I don't like downbeat endings, even in non-dark comedies. That's why I hated Rogue One, because everybody dies at the end. So that was vampire. Yes. I still enjoy it, but it's like I said, the ending is kind of weak. I mean, Cage wanted to die, and he dies. And yet, although we don't know if she got her job back or what she did with her life, she just kind of like gets sidelined, and then her brother has to take over. But thanks for watching, guys. Acknowledge me. In a few days, I'll do my Comic-Con haul video. I'm going to enjoy the convention. Nobody's going to deplete my enjoyment. And I'm going to get some stuff. So see you guys then. Later.